Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today on the workbench, we got my model airplane, which I crashed. Hello everyone, welcome back. Alright, so getting into the RC stuff, gonna attempt to get this plane fixed. Before we dig into this, and I'll show you what I've already done. Sorry, I've done some work to the plane before I videotape it. I still have some things I need to fix. But before we do get into that, I ordered some parts. One piece came in. I'm kind of curious to see what a bare fuselage looks like. I ordered a wing. That's on back order. And I ordered a few other pieces. This cowling's kind of broke. It's busted up, and then I ordered some screws because the screws pulled out on that. Doesn't hurt to have some extra pieces, especially if you fly about as good as I do. So let's see. Wow. You know, kind of suck. They sell it. You know, well, I mean, I guess it's cool that the window stickers are on there, but all the other stickers aren't there. They want to charge you like another $20 for that, and I was like, it's not worth it. I could see if I can't peel these stickers off, but other than that, it's not really a concern of mine. Oh, good thing I did get the screws, because down here, this battery cover that's supposed to hold everything, actually no, it's not. The screws don't hold that in. The two screws here is what holds that gear on, and then the front two screws, I believe, are, yeah, that's what the mounts. If you can actually make this a float plane. So the reason I got a new fuselage, well, I'll show you later when we get on the bench. That'll be easier to show you, but running out of room here. I actually have not one, but two brand new RC cars that will be opening up here in the future. You know, the problem that sucks about YouTube is if I didn't do YouTube, I could just rip in these things and been having fun with it. I'm trying to save it so I can film it. I hope everyone appreciates that we have to wait like that. Here we go. We'll just put that there for now. So I got the fuselage. I got the wing coming. I got a new cowl. So let's get to the bench and fix what we got broken. So like I mentioned, I've done some work on this. I did some research about fixing styrofoam, and people recommended this, the Gorilla Glue White. It's a water activated glue, and it actually foams up almost like styrofoam, but it's way strong. I'll show you right here. You can see here, this is where some of the glue kind of oozed out. And I could clean that up with a razor blade, and I will, just for aerodynamic purposes, but that stuff is strong. And I mean, especially for this purpose, it matches perfect. So during the crash, this whole battery box, this whole thing fell out. I'm pretty sure it hit the wheels or something like that and it fell out. But we got it all glued in and everything is good to go now. Let's see here, try. So yeah, so this is just, I thought it was actually screwed in, because for some reason I'm thinking there were screws here, and I was like, how the hell did they hold this in the styrofoam? But they must have glued it initially, because there's, I thought there were screws here that popped out, which is why I ordered a kit for screws, but no, there was no screws ever. So but we got that on, and I feel pretty good that that's not going to go anywhere. Now next, the main reason I got a new fuselage is because right here, these pins are what hold the wing on. The rubber bands go on there. And right here, this got ripped out. I didn't think there's any way to fix it. Now, initially, there was a piece of plastic in here, which I think what they do is they put a piece of plastic all the way through, and then they glue these caps on. So what I was kind of hoping is I could put a screw in there. Maybe a screw would grab the plastic and be strong enough. But what happened is it started going in, and then it shifted and it pushed the screw went in here somewhere. And then it kind of pushed the plastic piece up. So what I did is I actually had a small little American flag, which is now over here if you can see it. There was a wooden pole, which works perfect because it's got this ball that I need. So I sanded it down a little bit. I put some glue on there, sprayed some water, stuck it in there. And then what I thought is right here where there's a big gap because of this thing breaking. I thought I'd put some epoxy in there to give this some rigidity, but the glue foamed up past here. And I tell you, it's hard. I mean, this thing here feels absolutely solid. And it actually goes all the way to about here. I made it long enough so that way it would feed, because this is all solid styrofoam from here to here. So what I did is I pushed it through initially, made the hole, and then I went through and put the glue in, got it to set, and there we have it. So I didn't show that part. I wasn't sure if this was going to even work, but we got it. It's on there. So that works. I do have a new cowling coming, but I might try just to fix this one in the meantime. Well, actually it'll be here tomorrow. Might not be any purpose in me trying to fix this thing, but who knows. I might just try one more flight with this thing. That way if I crash it, I don't break the brand new one. But we need to get the steering wheel hooked back up. We broke another one of these little plastic clevises, and then the receiver box for the radio keeps falling off. This is what was originally on there. Actually, yeah, I guess that's the sticker for the radio. But this tape's not holding anymore, just keeps falling off. So we got some dual lock that we'll put in there. But for right now, I can use it out of my way, so I can go ahead and get this thing set up. Look at that. So let's get the new one installed, and we'll check back in. Only thing I got left to do here is we gotta put this little golly, I'm thinking I just broke that thing. I'll be so mad. But yeah, right here is a rubber sleeve that has to go over here, and then that will keep this thing from popping off. Won't keep it from breaking, unfortunately, but it will keep it from popping off. Because see, here's the old one. So you got this thing's open, so you have this little collar here that slides up here, right, and then it squeezes, keeps pressure on there. So oh, that's one thing I need to check the elevator before we pack this up. You know, I think one of the things that contributed to this was I was so getting caught up, and every time I sped up, the plane would climb. You know, I got a background in aviation. I should know this stuff. For helicopters work a little bit different. You know, the faster you go, it's going to change the aerodynamics of the plane. So it's going to create more lift the faster you go. So the faster you go, the more trimming you're going to have to do. It's the way it works. You know, if you ever watch like pilots fly like a 737, if you look near their legs, there's a black and white wheel that's always spinning. If you remember like the whole MCAS system debacle with the new 737 MAX, that has to do with that trim setup. So as the plane goes faster and faster, you need different trim. You know, the trim is going to be different when you drop the flaps and everything else. So you're always trimming the aircraft. So what I was trying to do is fly slow, and it was climbing. And then I got to the point to where it was leveling out, but I had to fly faster and faster to keep it going. And I think that got to the point to where the airplane was going faster than what I was really able to keep up with. And then you know, I kind of made the mistake. I was flying the plane around that the oval racetrack, and there's more space there because there's a big open field out the one way, and then from where that is, I can go over the field to where I landed initially, and I had all that space. There were a few trees that I almost clipped a couple of times, but I had plenty of space. But what happened is I landed in that field kind of by accident. Not going to get into the whole thing and make this video so long, but I really didn't mean to land there. I was trying to practice my landings, and I turned the throttle off, and I was going that way, and I was going to come back around to land, but because I was going with the tailwind, the plane just suddenly sunk. And that would be the remote reminding me that it's on, so I don't kill the batteries. So I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, so I landed there, and I decided instead of carrying the plane all the way back that I would just go ahead and launch it from there, and that was kind of like my mistake. But I was trying to land. I just wanted to practice landing, so I was making this right-hand turn, and I cut the power so that way it would kind of float to the ground. And I didn't realize like it was going to take that long. I should have got more rudder into there. And I saw the trees, and then what I tried to do is make a left turn and go that way, but I didn't have any power on. I'm not used to all this stuff, and without any power, it didn't have anything to climb with. So I guess the good thing is, because I didn't have any power, and that it was kind of like I had to prop off. This is probably the reason the prop didn't break and do more damage to this aircraft than what had got done. So I guess that's a good thing. So it is exciting. It's a little nerve-wracking. This is not a drone. It won't just hit pause. I do have to try to practice with this. There's a panic button, something that's supposed to work with right here, or they said if you just let go, it's supposed to self-level, but it seemed to me like when I let go and I gave it throttle, it was climbing. And you would think that in safe mode, that if it was climbing, it should sense that it's on like too steep of an approach or angle of attack there and throttle back. That's the way you think it would work. So I don't know. But yeah, we'll get this receiver stuck back down here proper. This is really important because the gyro in that's in here. It's in this little tiny receiver. Has whatever electronics that sense the angle that it's at. Left, right, up, down. And that's what makes everything. Here, I'll show you. As a matter of fact, we'll go ahead and plug it in. We'll turn everything on, and I'll show you. Okay, so safe is initialized. Now watch, if I just move this. Alright. See, so that should be sensing that the aircraft is some kind of funny way, and it's adjusting the elevator. See? And that's just by me. And I don't have the wing on here. In other words, when I do this, it should be adjusting the ailerons. But I guess there's no rudder control with this. But so there we have it. I need to get this thing set in here straight so that way when it initializes, it's sets the flight surfaces straight. So that's why it's critically important that this thing be in here and be in here straight. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to check this elevator here for it to be level. Because remember, on my first video, I barely took off and this thing went airborne, and I trimmed it to where it was going to fly level. And I think I might have, like I said, and then all of a sudden now it needs like so much, oh yeah, that thing's like way down. So I think that might have been my problem. So, and let's see. Actually, that rudder servo don't even look very straight, but doesn't look centered. But see, this is what I should have done. I should have powered it on and then made sure these servos were centered. There it goes. It's actually moving now. Oh, look at that. That was pretty cool. I could actually see it moving up and closing that gap. That's freaking cool. So, good. So now I know for a fact that this is flat. We use a straight edge on here. Hopefully the camera picks this up. Yeah. So we got the straight edge on here, and you can see that's nice and straight. Let's check out this. Yeah, the rudder looks nice and straight too, believe it or not. Yeah. So even though the servos check it out. You can tell right there that's moving too far. The wheel's binding and moving. See how it moves back? So yeah, that's I hope this thing's not broke. I guess we need to take this front off and inspect that too, because something doesn't feel right there. This does not feel. But everything else is good. Oh, let me get the wing. So initially, I didn't think the wing was fixable. There's this whole big piece here that broke off. It broke off right here. And this is the piece that it's reinforced for the rubber bands to go over. This whole thing was missing. I could not find it. It turned out it was actually inside here. So I found it and I used that glue, and there was a crack right here. You can see this that stuff. I pulled the wing open and I dipped some of that glue in there. Now the cool thing is, see, so the rubber bands go here, and you think, hey, that's gonna put a lot of force on it, but that part of the wing sits right here on this really thick part of the plane. So the rubber bands will be pushing down, but it's gonna be pushing the wing into here. So it's not really gonna be stressing that. And then other than that, I mean, there's a ding here where it hit the tree, and then like another ding here, I think, whenever it fell. But other than that, other than this piece being glued on, which I think is going to hold just absolutely fine. I mean, the ailerons work fine. So I do believe the wing should be good to go. So I think you know, I went and ordered the fuselage and the wing, and here I think I seriously think we can get this thing going, and it'll be flying here shortly. But let's check out this this front wheel, see what's going on with that. So, good thing I got a pretty crappy sleep schedule because of my back. Because normally during the day I'd have to run that air conditioner, and it makes it kind of loud in here when I have to do that. So come out here at night, I can't sleep anyhow, so I guess we'll get something done. Oh, there we go. So well, I'm not sure. Oh, look at that piece right there. It's like popped out. Still think that's... Oh, you know what? There's supposed to be a piece that goes across there. Yeah, see, there's a piece of plastic that goes right here. That loops over. And it's missing from there. And I'm pretty sure if you land, it's not going to take much to snap that. But I think this is coming in the fuselage. Look at this. Oh, I bet you that's it feels rubbery. So that's how they glue that on. They just put this. So isn't that funny? Look at how it points down. Look at that. The motor spins around the brushes. How cool. So yeah, that's that could be a problem. So oh, this poor, look at this thing. Hopefully I can get the sticker off of here and transfer it to the new one. So I think that's gonna be it for right now. I think I gotta wait for these parts to come in. If not, I'm gonna have to order this piece down here just to get this thing to fly. And then we'll see if we can't like not crash it this time. Alright everyone, I hope this fan doesn't bother you. I hope it doesn't make too much noise. It's daytime, it's a little warm. Apparently FedEx doesn't seem to think that I should have my parts. The new cowling and a couple other parts I ordered for this were supposed to come yesterday. They were both in the same location in Mississippi with that fuselage, and then it was supposed to be out for delivery today, and it still says it's in Mississippi. So I don't know what they're doing. So I want to fly this plane tomorrow, so we're just gonna take some Gorilla Glue, some regular, not the foaming white stuff. We're just gonna take some Gorilla Glue and try to glue this thing back together. But check this out. I went to order this piece or see if this piece was available that broke in the front, and I found out that it already comes with when you order a spare landing gear, which I had. So that's pretty cool, but they do sell just this kit right here. So it's like $5, so I ordered 3 of them. The way things are going, may as well get a couple of backups. It's kind of like these clips here. I probably got I think 4 bags of them now, so I got like 4 in a bag, so 16 of them. You know, sometimes it pays just to order a couple of things like that, because then you get the free shipping, so it pays to do. So I don't think I need the screws, I just need this bracket. So we're just gonna, and then whenever I get the new, well, I don't know, I guess not. I was thinking I would go ahead and put it back in this bag whenever I got the new piece, but it'll be okay. I figure maybe if I ever took a hard landing, I might break this wheel, but I'll tell you what, I think this thing is just like solid. I don't think you're actually breaking this. But maybe if I lose this piece, or once the tire wears out, something like that, I'll have a spare. I mean, it wasn't that much. So I need to keep a little stapler out here so I can put these things back together properly. That should hold for now. So this is the broken piece, and you can see, so okay, yeah, there we go. So we're missing a whole clamp there, so not too bad though, not too bad. Notice I am not using the electric screwdriver with this. This is some very thin plastic. This is some very delicate stuff. So we're just gonna do this all by hand. Look at that. Ah, yeah, there we go. So now, I'm trying to get this nose cone glued up. Rub an alcohol in here. We'll just so all I did by trying to fix this thing was glue like my fingers together. Super glue did not really help. Probably would have been better if I just used regular super glue. The Gorilla Glue. Look at that, it's still wet and I'm touching it. The Gorilla Glue takes a while to dry and it doesn't seem to work very well on this stuff. So the good thing is FedEx delivered the package. It never showed it was out for delivery. It still shows in Mississippi. It came in, and funny thing is the wife was out front. She took delivery of it, but luckily it was a little box. It wasn't, you know, something like that, like a new car that we'll have coming up. I have 2 cars to show you. And I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I want to try to keep these videos 10, maybe 15 minutes the longest. I really don't like making 30-minute long videos because I don't think people really want to tune in for stuff that long. So here it is. Check it out. I even got the decals to transfer over. So we got the landing gear fixed. Look at that, nice and tight. We got the new cowl cover. We got our receiver put back in. We have our flagpole rubber band holder. We got the tray glued back in. And then we got our wing glued back. That you'd fly on this, wouldn't you? But yeah, so we got everything. Like I said, so this is, it broke off right here around this piece, but the airplane sits right here under it. So even though the rubber bands will come here and push down, it has something underneath it, so there really shouldn't be any like stress. The only thing I'd have to worry about is it maybe pulling free. But and then we had this crack right here, so that might put some strain on. But I feel like that it should hold together. I'll keep an eye on this crack. I mean, if it gets worse, then I will have to cease flying with it. I do have another wing coming. It's back ordered. At worst case, I just see AWSOME Hobbies does have them in stock now. I ordered all this through Tower because AWSOME didn't have any of these other parts that I needed. So I ordered everything. AWSOME didn't have the fuselage and all that, and I figured like these 2 cars down here were back ordered, but within a week they were in stock and shipped, so I was kind of hoping for a fast resolution to that. So next video, we're going to go ahead and take the plane out, fly it, and hopefully not crash. I hope you're enjoying the RC car content. RC, anything is remote control, man, I'm game for. So hope to be doing a lot of review products and building. I do want to build a speed car. Nothing crazy, maybe up to 150, 120, because I mean, I'm getting nervous at like 70, 80. It's nerve-wracking, but so is flying this thing. And I guess that's what makes the hobby exciting, is, you know, how your heart just races. Like I showed on that video, and if you haven't watched it, go watch my video. I took the Low Z Pro Moto out, did some rips around the dirt track, then I took the plane flying, and then we crashed it. But I was looking at my heart rate on here, and normally, like right now, it's at, you know, 70, 67 beats. I was out there on the track and I was like 110. So yeah, the heart was literally racing. It's exciting. So that's what I have planned. Yeah, I want to build like a speed car. Get like a roller, build up a speed car. I want to have fun with the stuff that I have. Try to learn how to fly. It'd be cool to get maybe in some bigger, more complex planes, but we have to not break this one first and learn how to control this. So I do got the elevator set flat. I'm going to try to go back out there and just do some slow flying. And, you know, as we get used to it, we could pick up the pace. Now that I kind of have to have it, you have to learn. You learn from your mistakes. So now I know, like, as I go faster, the plane goes up, then we trim it. We trim it to the speed that it's going. The same trim isn't going to work for all speeds. So basically, like, the trim's going to adjust your elevator up. So if you have it up, you know, that might be good for slow speeds, but the faster you go, the more you want it to come down. So we have it flat now. We'll go ahead and take it out. If it doesn't seem to, we'll trim it. And I'm going to trim it so that it's flying nice at a very slow speed, so it's very controllable and not going crazy like what I had. Because as fast as I think I was flying, I think it'd be flying a jet. So maybe one day that would be cool. So lots of stuff gonna be happening in the RC world, and I still got to explain what's going on with the channel. So hopefully you subscribe, stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.